Hey, what are you doing over there? Who the hell do you think you are, Mel? Making me wear a goddamn ball cap? Are you serious? God, that impression was stupid. Just play the intro. Who cares?
The Review Warrior.
So Flight Risk was directed by Mel Gibson and the stars Mark Wahlberg, Topher Grace and Michelle Dockery. A pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tension soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. Right, so going into Flight Risk, I heard nothing good about this one. If I'm being completely honest with you, I have heard not a lot of good things about it. I've heard that it's very dumb, very silly. The CGI is awful, and the acting is... Well, let's get into the acting now. So Mark Wahlberg plays the pilot, who isn't as he seems. It kind of ruins that in the trailer. He's actually the psycho with the whole mission. I will say, as silly as Mark Wahlberg's role in this film was, it was actually really entertaining. He kind of plays like this very psychotic, very in-your-face killer who's just like, who's just going after Topher Grace's character and trying to kill anyone in sight, while also teasing Topher Grace, saying that he's going to kill his mum, which I'm just like, really, dude? Seriously, you're going to do that? Speaking of Topher Grace, he was good in the film too. He kind of plays a little bit of a timid air marshal kind of role. It's just like, did he actually do it? Or is this just a plan to kind of, get rid of him? I'm going to go straight into my gripes now. I know I've only just started the review, but Michelle Dockery, no offence to her, she's a good actor. I think I've seen her in something. Downton Abbey, The Gentleman. I've seen her in The Gentleman. But in this film, she's kind of like wooden, It's a bit of a weird one, because whenever she talks, she's kind of like really deep, really stoic, really emotionless. Like, hello, I've just crossed the border. We're coming out now. We'll be right with you. It kind of took me out of her character. It kind of took me out of the film, because she was basically just an emotionless robot, which I was just like, was that your acting choice? Like, what was that? And yeah, carrying on with what I didn't like, some of the CGI was a bit shoddy. I mean, in the opening shot when Topher Grace is staying at a cabin, he opens the window. The worst CGI moose I have ever seen in any film, because, good God, it looked like it was made with PS2 graphics. I was just like, this is what we're dealing with here, folks. I mean, the CGI was not very good on the moose, on some of the plane flying scenes as well. Oh, speaking of that, I've got to tell you something after. I like Mel Gibson as a director, but this has to be his worst film. Some of the CGI definitely could have been worked on a little bit more. Mind you, this is Lionsgate, so what the hell do you expect? There's a scene right near the end after they land the plane, because you know what's coming in the film. They land the plane, and then one of the characters, the way they die, I'm just, I couldn't stop laughing. I had to pause it. I was laughing my head off when this character died. I was just like, what the hell is that? What kind of death is that? Do you know what I mean? It was just one of the silliest deaths I've ever seen in any film. One more thing before I go into my final verdict. The way it ended, like, it just ended so abrupt. You think you were watching Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow or something. When it ended up, when the credits started, I was like, really, that's it? What the hell? That's how we ended it? But as much as I talk crap about Flight Risk, I have to consider it a guilty pleasure. I mean, I had such, like, it was the wrong type of enjoyment for this film. Yes, it's dumb as hell, but it's more of a guilty pleasure film. One that you turn on just to have a couple of beers while you're watching it. So in the end, Flight Risk, it was silly. It was so dumb. It was one of those films where you just turn your brain off. It kind of tried to harken back to like the old 90s action films like Con Air or Air Force One or stuff like that. But it does it in all the wrong ways. Baldcap Wahlberg, he was silly but enjoyable. So was Topher Grace. But yeah, like I said with all the gripes earlier on, apart from that, this is what we got. So, with that being said, I'm going to give Flight Risk a C.
Y'all need a pilot?
So Flight Risk, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what is your favourite or least favourite Mel Gibson film? Whatever it is, comment below. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I've been the Review Warrior. Thank you so much for watching and checking out this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I got a lot more reviews coming up soon. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next review. Toodles.
Thanks for watching the review. Any recommendations, just comment below and let me know. Remember to like and subscribe.